lose our jobs if you can't pull off a miracle.
No pressure. None.
This weekend I saw F1. This weekend I saw F1, which starred Brad Pitt, his character Sonny, who was an ex-F1 racer after a tragic accident. He never went back to it, but he always kept racing because he wanted to find that feeling. At least that's what the movie kind of told me. This movie is a very cliche kind of a thing, you know, underdog story where you have our retired or just like, you know, washed up, as they put it multiple times in this movie, washed up driver who comes in for the last place team to help them get to first. And then you have your rookie driver played by Damson Idris, Joshua Pierce, who gives them a shitload of attitude, and it's a lot of fun banter. I think the dialogue between those two characters, Sonny, Brad Pitt, and Pierce, was always good because it was just obvious what this kid was trying to do, and Sonny was not having any of it.
When was the last time you won a race? I meant Formula One.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then same as you.
Most of the time, even when he constantly did not want to have any interviews, half the time when the interviews brought up his past, he was like, yeah, and? Well, was there anything you want to change about it? Yes. And then that was it. So, like, I really loved that type of character. And also, let's not forget, this movie is directed by the same guy who did like all the camera work for freaking Top Gun Maverick. So as much as we felt like we were in the cockpit for those jets, you feel like you're in the driver's seat in this car. It was shot very differently than anything I've ever seen in most of these films. Every scene with Javier Bardem and Brad Pitt, it just felt like two friends that were just like trying to get along, and any time that they were trying to fight, it wasn't an owner of a team versus the driver. It was a friend trying to take care of a friend, and the other one just trying to find his way, basically. And that's the kind of rough part on this situation, where Brad Pitt's character is trying to get that win that he lost in F1 years ago. Old school blockbuster. Here's your journey. Here's your hero. You know what's going to come later on, but I think it's the actors and the chemistry between all the other actors. And the chemistry between Brad Pitt and Kerry Condon is very good with these two. Overall, it was just a fun show for me. There was a moment in this film where a very dramatic thing happens, and the music's going, the driving's happening, and then the music just cut, dramatic thing happened. The audience went, and just to hear the air leave the audience made me enjoy the movie a lot more. And that's another reason why I say you need to see this in theaters. Maybe you won't have the same experience with that same audience, because I saw this pretty soon. And so no doubt anyone who wanted to see this movie wanted to see it and was ready to react to it the way they reacted to it. It was a lot of fun. I would rank this movie up there. Like, I'll probably give it like a 7. 7 for me now. I realize in my ranking, it's like if I see a 7 means I might see it again. Maybe I won't, but I really enjoyed the film. If I say anything below it, it's like me thinking like, okay, either I kind of liked it, I know people won't like it. It's just around there. And then if I say an 8, I'm definitely going to rewatch it. If it's a 10, boom, I loved it. I've watched it multiple times. I've seen documentary. I've seen commentary. You know what? Now I think about it, this movie might be a little higher, because I looked up some stuff, and Dax Shepard has a podcast, which he did it with Brad Pitt. So I got a little bit more information about how they shot this film and how he dealt with some of the situations. So at some point he asked him, what was the most sketchiest filming with all the racing? He said, Vegas. He just kept saying, sketchy, very sketchy. And so the whole time I was watching the scene in Vegas, I was like, how's it sketchy? And some parts happened in that film in Vegas, and it was sketchy. I'll just leave it at that. You know, I'm curious to know his full take on that. What I also did enjoy was that he wasn't racing a F1 car, of course not, but they had to use certain things to change the audio for it, and so he had a chance to get maybe some drivers in there. He kind of explains it a little bit. I'm kind of blanking on it at the moment, but it's most of the time when they hear it, just a turn, like a release of the gas or anything like that, they're like, you need to pick this up, you need to lower this down. It's crazy, the knowledge of these drivers. And this movie makes you understand the knowledge that this whole team needs to have to win these races, and the teamwork that needs to be done to win the races. It was fun. Would I tell people to go see it? I say yes, but I know if you're not a race car fan, if you're not like a big fan of that in general, maybe you won't like this, but for any, you know, if anything, maybe you will enjoy the underdog story of it all, you know. And then also, don't hurt to go watch a movie with Brad Pitt. Simple as that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoyed it. Had a good time. Go check it out. As always,